with Need for Speed, it was built using our native C, C++ SDK, which we are showcasing for the first time here at the Game Developer Conference, and we will be opening up that native SDK to developers over the course of this year. So developers will be able to sign up to get more information on our native SDK. So that's going to be important again, as we have, obviously a lot of game developers are building high performance OpenGL games in C, C++. And so again, ensuring that they can port existing games that are built in C, whether it be for other tablets or desktops and otherwise, onto the PlayBook platform. So, excited about the options there. We think we'll have a great, showing of apps at launch, but, it's going to be an exciting year of building up the catalog.
Adobe Flash, is it going to be 10.2 or 10.1 on the mobile?
From my understanding, it'll launch with Flash 10.1.
10.1?
Yes.
Graphics, hardware accelerated, or?
That's right.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, so we've been working with Adobe on fully hardware accelerated Flash. Which again, if we, you can see some videos of the browser working. I don't have a connection here, but to see Flash video running embedded is great. And then, of course, even Flash-based games and other Flash content takes advantage of that hardware acceleration. So, really happy about that. And again, the performance we're seeing is really top-notch. So it's been a great partnership with Adobe on that front.
I know you guys have promised about a working day's worth of battery life. Has that number been revised, or can you talk more about the battery life on it?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't announced official numbers on it, so I'll keep away from that. What we absolutely are working for is the competitive battery life and the full day, and that's the. So I think we're really happy with what we've got there, and we'll have numbers closer to launch. Obviously, we still have still working to finalize all the bits and pieces. So those numbers will get very clear around launch time, obviously, as well as things like pricing and others.
Is there a firm or closer to firm launch date right now that you can talk about?
Nothing more that I can confirm at this time.
Okay, and there will be carrier versions in the future sometime? Yeah,
so what we've announced is we'll be bringing the Wi-Fi version of the product to market first. And then this summer, we'll be launching a 4G version with Sprint that will be running on their 4G WiMAX network. And then in the second half of this year, we will be bringing HSPA Plus and LTE 4G versions with other carriers around the world. So obviously very, very excited about that, and we think we'll see great adoption through the carrier channels with the product.
There's also been a rumor, I'm sure, that you've heard of on the internet about the PlayBook possibly supporting Android apps. Is that something you can talk about?
I mean, what I can say is that it is a rumor and speculation out there. It's not something that we don't comment on rumors, but it's not anything that we've officially announced ourselves. And so I think one of the exciting things that we've seen, and we talked a lot about when we announced the platform, is that we've launched the product with the QNX operating system, which is really built to be able to bring great runtime environments on top of it. And so we focused on bringing Adobe Air, HTML5, and as we announced, we will be bringing native and Java to the platform. But it really does give us the flexibility over time to evaluate new runtime platforms, and as it meets the needs of the market, bring them onto the product. And that's, one of the important things that we, when we chose this path and the QNX OS, is that was a really important part, is we wanted to make sure we could be flexible for years to come. So at this time, we haven't made any further announcements or decisions on what incremental runtimes we may bring. But I think we continue to evaluate everything out there, and I think that's where you see some of these rumors stem from. So we'll continue to update the market over the future as we look at new runtimes.
Now, I know there's App World on the smartphone, on the BlackBerry smartphones. If I purchase a game on, say, my BlackBerry Torch, would I be able to run them or upscale them on a tablet screen like the PlayBooks?
No, not directly. So they will be separate environments and separate operating platforms and separate applications. So we're not, going down that path of saying, well, if you have it here, you run it sort of upscale over here. So initially you will see separate storefronts and different applications targeted specifically for the playbook versus those targeted for the smartphone. The app world experience as a whole, will be consistent across the two products. So you can create your BlackBerry ID account and access, that whether you're on your smartphone or your playbook, and from a single, app management console, you'll be able to see which apps have you purchased or download on your smartphone versus your playbook. So there will be commonality in terms of app world as a service and your accounts and your and the billing mechanisms. But from the actual apps and games perspective, they will be separate catalogs.
Now, I know you have the push APIs on the smartphone.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that's going to be available also to developers on the playbooks? So, for instance, push IM?
Right. It's not something specific on the playbook at this time. Again, being the kind of product that, essentially with, Wi-Fi and whatnot, it tends to sort of register online and be always kind of running anyways. And so we would expect applications, much like in a PC or a laptop environment, to simply be opening connections and using that data. Push is more important when you're talking about those always connected, mobile devices that are doing a lot, and where you have to be very sensitive to things like the battery life because of such constraints. So on the in the first version of Tablet OS, it wasn't something that we were sort of working towards, but we're going to look at as we evolve our platforms. How do we bring more and more common services to them both? On that note, one important thing is that we've launched our payments and advertising services on our smartphone platform. The payment service enables an app or a game to do in-app purchasing using the user's credit card, PayPal, or carrier bill, where we support the carrier. And as well, our advertising service is a service where we offer up ads from a variety of different ad networks to our developer community, so they can source ads from us and embed them in their applications and share in the revenue. Both of those services, which were originally, of course, available on a smartphone, will be available to applications on the playbook as well. So developers building in Adobe Air or HTML5 WebWorks will be able to take advantage of those in-app payments and advertising service using the same system that we're using on the smartphone today.
Now, I know the playbook has I think you guys call it the BlackBerry Bridge, right, where it integrates with the smartphone, so you can pull up your corporate calendar and emails.
Right.
If I don't have a BlackBerry smartphone and I'm still interested in the form factor and the device itself, can I still access my email through, is there a native email app or something that I can do email with on the playbook?
Well, our focus initially will be on ensuring that the web experience is top-notch, and we see that for a lot of people, of course, they're using web-based mail access mail clients, and with HTML5, the experience in many cases is as good as a native client with the caching capabilities and custom UI capabilities. So we've really focused there in ensuring that the web-based experience is top-notch and fully supported by all the major web-based mail providers, and we think that that's going to offer a really very, very sound, very integrated solution. As you mentioned, for BlackBerry users, it will add on that capability to view the inbox, calendar, address book, BBM on the smartphone, and offer a full view into those through the client. And you'll see us evolve this over the course of the year as we bring more and more native mail support onto the product. But of course, our focus is going to be on ensuring that we do that without compromising the security requirements of our corporate customers, and also, of course, privacy and security requirements of our consumers. So we're very sensitive to that, and that's something that we're going to ensure that we have baked in from the ground up as we introduce native mail clients and things like that.